Hello everybody, this is RRPG here, and welcome back to another episode of RRPG Let's Play with Castlevania Circle of the Moon on the Game Boy Advance. In the previous episode, we came here to the audience hall of some sorts, and we defeated the second boss in the game, which is Necromancer. And in this episode today, we are going to be tracking down the third boss, if we can get up there quick enough. And it should be located in this, I think what equates to the clock tower or something that has a bunch of gears, but it's kind of hard to say. But we'll figure it out what it is. But anyway, let's get on with this episode that's already in progress, shall we? So, we're going to go up here, and there were some faces that were along this pole that I already destroyed, as well as an electrical skeleton. And I think there's something, yes there is. We can actually come over here, and hopefully get something really good out of this, except fighting a bunch of skeleton soldiers. Oh, yes. What we get is actually a portal, which will lead us to another place on the map. And if we hit the R1 button, or the R button, well, why do I keep saying R1? This will actually bring us to the portal that's right here, and where the other portal was that other yellow block where we were at originally. Now, we're not going to worry about going to that other portal because we actually do need to come back to this one spot because we need to go a different route to get up to where the third boss is. And it's located around here. And if we hit the switch, we actually bar down this door. And we can actually use that as a means to go to this place. I think we head this way into the Triumph hallway, if I'm not mistaken. I think this actually leads us back out to the gate of the ritual site. So, how's everybody doing today? Hope you all are having a really fun time today. Oh, we got a miracle armband. Okay, what does the miracle armband do? Miracle armband? It actually increases our luck. Do I really need, luck? You know, how about we decrease our intelligence and we'll just use luck for right now. I would like to try to get some more items if I can. Go ahead and kill you. I don't think I've really been to this part of the game that much. But we could come this way if we want to obtain some more HP pluses if I can defeat these fleamen. Alright, or an HP max, rather. Sometimes the enemies here just get on the slightest part of my nerves, because they are very, very bad. Well, maybe not that terrible, but, you know, it's just they really irritate the crap out of me. Now, if we head this way, yeah, okay. It's just as I thought. This way will actually lead us to the entrance of the ritual site. So, we'll go ahead and we'll leave this place and avoid the zombie, and I think we will head back upward, because if we head upward, that should take us to where our next location is going to be. But we do need to do a little bit of backtracking since this is a Metroidvania-style game, after all, where everything is non-linear. Well, oh, Clinking Man. Okay, very interesting enemy name called Clinking Man. What, he doesn't even have any chains, so why would you even call him something like that? Oh, I don't know. Just me playing a little guessing game, I suppose. Okay, so I think we actually need to take this path. And we use that ramming ability right here. We can actually break that wall down. And we actually have a skeleton knight, and we have some ectoplasm here. And do not worry, because the ectoplasm cannot even try to prevent you from using your whip for a limited time like it did in Symphony of the Night. Well, specifically with Alucard, he didn't even have a whip. I mean, he had his own array of weapons that he can use, specifically with blades and all that. But, you know. Oh, hey, screw you! Where are you all coming from? Gosh. Is there anything special down this way? I think there is, but we'll see. We can't even do anything about this block right away. I think we need a new item that will actually push that down. So we'll just leave it as it is and go up even further. Hope no more of that ectoplasm really gives me a hard time. Probably will, but don't want to jinx myself. I mean, you already had enough of that. You already had your bad share of that ever since doing the Kirby Let's Play, I suppose. Okay, Machine Tower. That's the name of this place. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the theme here, I think it actually originated from Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Or it, I think that's what it is, because the next theme I know for sure, it actually is, oh no, Medusa heads. Really? You had to treat us with these guys? Well, evidently, they did. Konami. What is wrong with you guys? Having these pain-in-the-butt Medusas give us all sorts of trouble. Or Medusa heads, or whatever. But yes, evidently we cannot avoid a Castlevania game without there being Medusa heads to piss us off. Oh, dang it. Oh well, I think we actually need to go up this way. And we actually got some more hearts in the process. Now, you know, one thing I wanted to talk about is that when this game came out, it really received a lot of praise, but the only person who seemed to criticize it immensely was Iga, ever since he has taken the helm of the Castlevania series from Symphony of the Night to the Adventure Rebirth. And it's just like, you know, and the thing is that ever since he became the head producer of the series, it's just that he has taken most of the games that he did not work on out of the continuity of the Castlevania canon. And I don't really understand why he did that. I mean, when taking a look at this game, taking place in the 1800s, when Order of Ecclesia, taking place in 1830, when Order of Ecclesia took place, I think it was around, it could have been 1850 or something, but, you know, when you take a look at this, or sometime during the 1800s, but, you know, with this game setting in at its appropriate date of the 1830s, or 1830, it's just like, what does it contradict within the main canon? I mean, it didn't really contradict the time between Order of Ecclesia and Symphony of the Night, or vice versa, since Symphony of the Night predates Order of Ecclesia in terms of the timeline. I just don't understand Iga sometimes. I mean, sure, he made some really good Metroidvania-style games, and his 3D games, they're really lackluster at best, but, you know, it's just, come on. And even it's really saddening to even think of that as well when you take a look at a game that's kind of like, oh cool, secret wall, and we introduce to Heat Shade, a fire singer or whatever, and who can throw flaming heat at us. And we defeated it, and we have obtained the MP Max in the process, so that's pretty good. But, you know, getting back to what I was saying is that one of the games that I felt that really, really contradicted, well, it could contradict, it could mean that, you know, it truly is contradicting from the whole philosophy of Castlevania of what he goes by, but it just makes you wonder, why would he do something like that? And that's the game Castlevania Legends on the Game Boy, where you actually got to play as the first female of the Belmont clan, who was Sonia Belmont, the first female Belmont to ever fight against Dracula. And it was an interesting concept, and that's another one of those great Castlevania games that a lot of people really liked. It's so awesome, and I even have a copy of the game on my Game Boy, you know, the original copy on the Game Boy, and I really would like to see Konami actually bring that game to the Virtual Console. I mean, sure, Iga does not place it into the main Castlevania continuity, but I would really like to see it make an appearance someday on the eShop or something like that on the 3DS, because I think it was probably the perfect Game Boy game of the Castlevania franchise. That or Castlevania 2 The Adventure. It's kind of hard to say, but the original Castlevania The Adventure was actually a mixed bag, but an okay game at best. I really thought that the Adventure Rebirth actually improved a lot of the bad that was in the original, and just made the game more redeemable. I mean, you know, the game with Christopher Belmont as the main Belmont, which takes place 100 years before the original Castlevania, so it was actually pretty cool. Oh, jeez. Got Medusa heads, and I got Heat Shades giving me such a hard time, and I think there was something that was just beyond over there. Yes, there is. If I could actually get to it. Okay. And yes, I am rambling all in just any back-ass way possible. And while getting hit with fireballs and being harassed by Medusa heads from left and right. And even Heat Shade is giving me trouble. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a little ride on this thing and avoid the electrical hazards that are inbound and avoid the Medusa heads that are coming as well. And we're going to break this, and we are going to go down even further, and I think we're going to have a tough enemy to fight. Yes, the Earth Armor. Yes, this knight has a big sword, and it can actually summon rocks down on the ground to try and hurt us. Its pattern is very predictable, and you can actually avoid it, and it's very easy to destroy. But if we come up here, we get ourselves another one of these. Yeah, another Hearts Max. We seem to be very hardy in this Let's Play so far. Wow. Okay, now we're actually going to take a little ride back and avoid the Heat Shade in the process. And the Medusa heads. Oh, wow, two just came at once. Can I actually get back up there? Yes, I can. If we come this way, there is a lightning or a thunder demon. That's the first time we ever came across this. We fought against the earth demon, now we have a thunder demon that can actually summon lightning at us. And we can actually avoid the thunderbolts in the process, and hey, cool, we gained ourselves another level. That's good. But I think there might be something really good this way. I think. Don't quote me. Oh, yes, there is. And look what we get. Another HP max. So cool, we got ourselves some more hit points. But I think we are going to have to do a little bit of backtracking to get back where we need to be in order to get up to where the boss is. But speaking of which, I don't think we're going to have enough time to get to the boss. Or fight off against the boss. We might, but it kind of depends how fast we go within this area. Because this area is kind of big. And notice how I use the term kinda. Come on, where's the Holy Cross when you need it? Oh, dang. Me fell. Okay, yeah, I did want to... Oh, get your butt back down here, please, so I can fight you and gain some more experience points. Thank you. Ow, oh, screw you. Stay back. Get back up here. Or, wait a minute, you mean get back down here? Oh, dang it, I better find myself a... Dude, screw you. Are you gonna die? Thank you. Now you really put me in a dire situation to go find a save point. Thanks. Son of a gun. Anyway, I think we can actually go back this way. Oh, stopwatch, but we're not gonna use it. Actually, I think we may have saved ourselves some trouble from having to do that. Because we have ourselves an HP max, and we have pretty much regained some more hit points, as well as adding more from the HP max. But anyway, we need to come this way, and we need to slide down here, and this will actually bring us back into the first room by entering the machine tower. Or the second room, rather. Okay, we took care of the first heat shade. And, this is a really tedious process. You know, I may have to cut footage if it's gonna take this long to get back to where we were. Probably will, but we'll see. Shouldn't even take that. It shouldn't even take that long. I mean, Castlevania games, the pacing is really fluid, and there's really no hiccups or whatever that prevents the game from becoming stale in terms of the pace. Okay, yeah, here we are. This is the place where we need to be. Oh. Why did that happen? But we can actually destroy the Fox Archer. I think that was actually one of the newest enemies in this game, is the Fox Archer. A fox dressed as a humanoid type of being that can shoot arrows out of a bow. I think that's what the concept of the enemy is. Oh, cool, another stone armor. Another earth-based enemy where we can actually just do a number on it. And we can actually get ourselves an MP max. Very nice. So, more magic points to be had by all. Okay. We ram this. We can actually come up here. This will actually bring us to... This will actually bring us back here at the audience room, or in the outer walls of the audience room, but we don't need to go there just quite yet. Because there is a certain ability that we can obtain after we defeat the next boss. But as I said, I don't think we're going to have enough time to fight off against the next boss, but cool. We have ourselves a new type of card that we can use. And that new card is actually a Venus card. And what is its attribute when we use... I mean, what is the attack when we use it with the salamander? It looks like some type of barrier or some type of light-based ability. Okay. Well, evidently we can't attack that wall because there's nothing that's just beyond that, so we're gonna have to go this way. Well, I think that ability will become very useful in the coming fight against the next boss. I can't remember what the next boss's name is. I'll have to do a little research before we have to fight it, since we are getting pretty close on time. Okay, we gained another level, and that may have put us over level 10, if I am not mistaken. Because I know we gained a lot of levels after we, we gained a couple more levels after we defeated the second boss, which was Necromancer. And notice that I haven't been using the sub-weapons that much. It's like the sub-weapons in this game, they become more of an afterthought when you're fighting against the certain enemies. It's just like using the attributes and action cards, they actually become more priority over the sub-weapons. So it's like, games like, games like this, they really need to put in more emphasis with having proper use of these sub-weapons. I mean, it's just having them in this game, instead of making proper use of them like they did in the first Castlevania and the third one, it's just, what's the point? If you get what I'm saying. Oh, screw you. But, by the time we get to the next boss, it really shouldn't be that big of a pain. And you shall see what I mean. Stupid heat shade. Die! Okay, here is the door to the third boss. And the third boss we're fighting against is not a bunch of gears, but it's actually an iron golem. Actually, we're going to use the new ability, and when we're fighting against this boss, you will notice that a bunch of the gears will actually fall on the floor. And notice how we're actually doing a lot of damage on the golem based on the new ability we have. Oh, and a thing you got to be careful with is that when you're fighting against this boss, sometimes it will heal itself based with the clock gears that's right in front of you. So you're going to have to be careful when you're fighting against it, and make sure you take down this boss wicked fast. Because if you just let it stand there and continue to replenish its health, then you're pretty much going to be in deep trouble. So just continue using that magical ability like a madman, and you should be able to take down this boss for the count. Come on. Die. And notice that I'm standing at really good spots to where the gears don't actually hit me. Oh, screw you. Screw you, and with you trying to obtain some more hit points, or replenish your hit points. Oh god, that was close. Die, 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 die. Just die. Are you almost done yet? Should be getting close to finishing him off. Die, die, die. Gotcha! Finally! And we gained 2 levels after defeating that boss, so let's go ahead and deactivate that ability. And I think we will get treated with another cutscene. And oh, hey, there's Hugh! Hugh, are you alright? What are you doing here? Are you trying to take my glory? What? What are you talking about? I just want to save Master. You're in the way. I will defeat Dracula myself. And then... Hugh? Something tells me there's a little bit of unease with Hugh, but whatever that is, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, and hey, look. the attention to detail in the background, especially with the gears. I actually really like that. But anyway, enough fancying about the graphics. Let's go in here, and by the time we come in here, we get a new item in our possession, and that is the kick boots. And we can jump against walls for extra height. Basically, it's the wall jump. If you are familiar with games like Metroid, since this is a Metroidvania style game, and Ninja Gaiden, the reboot series where you can actually jump between walls with the flying bird flip. So this is basically what it is. And we have to push forward plus the special move, which is the R button, to execute when we're in the air and we're next to a wall, where we can actually do the wall kick. Alright gamers, with all that said and done, and after we defeated the Iron Golem, I think we are in a good position to where we can go ahead and we can wrap up things here. So, next time on RRPG Let's Play with Castlevania Circle of the Moon on the Game Boy Advance. We're going to continue where we left off, and we are going to head over to the next area. We're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking to the inside of the catacombs to get to Area 4, and you shall see where we are going to go from there. But it should be a very interesting experience indeed, but we should be able to discover a new place as we are trekking along very nicely in this game, it seems. Alright gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.